Yo, Mana Squad, if you like any of the cards you see in today's video, make sure to hit up the affiliate link down below to TCG Player. You can help look up some of your local game stores in the process and help show the channel some love. And you know you got to look good while you play in order to play good. So make sure you hit up our link to Into the AM as well. We have the discount code down in the description below. Look, you got to listen to Kenneth the Heathen. He always says something about dripping in space and screaming. We don't know what it means, but do what the man says. And last but not least, hit up Heavy Play. Heavy Play is going to have some of the nicest playmats and deck boxes out there. Their magnet system between their deck box and dice trays and playmat is amazing, especially if you're playing at like bars, restaurants, stuff like that. You got to get up and move. There is no better way to keep all your stuff together, and you can show the channel some love in the process. Stay petty. Yo, welcome back to One More Mana. My name is Derik, and today I want to talk about, look, I get Magic is supposed to be a very well-calculated game. A lot of people love to play this game because it is one of the most complicated games basically in the world. There's so many decision points, especially in Commander with 4 players. You are working so hard to try to min-max and make these right decisions throughout the course of the game. Threat assessing is such a big part of what makes a good Commander player. If y'all haven't figured out by now, I'm not really interested in being a good Commander player. And this list is about what are those irrational things that you see and you're like, it's almost like if y'all have seen Jurassic World, the one with the volcano and just a generally not great movie, the one with the Indoraptor, look, I'm sorry you got done like that. The movie wasn't great, but you're you're iconic. You're like a vampire dinosaur. You got like Dracula vibes to you. Everyone should love you. You deserve better than, spoiler alert, I don't think it counts. He fell on a statue. Like, you deserve to go out better than that. Either way, the Indoraptor, how it like killed stuff was like they used like a laser pointer, and if it saw something pointed out with a laser pointer, you're just dead. That's what it did. And that's what we're talking about in Commander. What are those things that are treated as your laser pointer? If you're playing, you're having a great time, what is going to make you attack an opponent for? It might be a good reason, bad reason, might be logical, might be not. It doesn't matter. It's the thing that gets you ready to attack someone in a game of Commander. So we're going to talk about the top 5 things that I have that just make me irrational. And this is not like salty cards. So it's not like, oh, if you play one of these cards against me, I'm not going to be salty. I'm not going to start getting mad, this and that. No, I'm just going to do some swings that way just because it's the natural reaction. It's the way things go. So we're going to start at number 5. Number 5 is a bit of a cop-out because it's a few cards that are included in this. But again, my list, my rules. It's a card that reminds me of Ken. Any card that reminds me of Ken. It could be any number of things. It could be one of his commanders like Intet or Thalian the Gitrog monster or... oh gosh, Muldrotha. So many of his commanders. I think all of it. If you play a commander Ken plays, I'm probably going to attack you first. And look, I love Kennethy. Kennethy's one of the coolest people I've ever met. But he plays a lot of things that make me sad. Playing Ken's deck's the best way to describe it. It's like playing front hand, backhand. And you never get a turn. You're just constantly being front hand and backhanded. And every time you think you figure it out, and this is the thing I can't figure out how he does. It's the mystery of it all. You think you solve it. You know, okay, I'm expecting, and then all of a sudden cards just switch. It's like they happen in real time. And I don't know if maybe it's some like sort of magic trick because his cards are always upside down. So I'm wondering if you like flip them, if like boom, boom, the card changes it magically within the course of a game to be what he needs. I don't get it. But I always lose. And so if you're playing, a Decimate, or if you're playing Ashiok and, Oko, and all these things that he loves, look, I'm probably going to smile while I'm doing it, but I'm going to swing your way just because, yeah, I've lost so many times to that man, to so many of those cards that I just have no choice. It's the way my body reacts. At number 4 thing that will make me sure to swing at someone, this one's a bit weird because these are all a bit weird. This one I think is weird. It's Temp with Discovery. Temp with Discovery is like it's a card that really, it's not that good anymore. Like, it's just one of those deals where like, there's so many more efficient ways to get non-basics. So like, why in the world would this matter to me? And it's like, whenever someone casts this, I guess my first thought is like, you're trying to outsmart me. And as someone who gets outsmarted just a lot in Commander games and just a regular occurrence, I don't need any more instances of that. So I'm just like, no, boom, I attack you for that. It's also one of those things where it's like, if someone plays it and just plays it and casts it, doesn't say anything, you're good. It's the people that try to politic it. Look, we all know it's the wrong decision to go get a land. But if you try to start buttering people up, making people feel like, oh no, it's a good decision, you need, no. You don't do that. I will swing even faster. I think the only right thing to do to attempt with Discovery is everybody get strip mine the player that casts it, and then just give them a few little love taps to let them know. Stop trying to make us feel not smart. Stop trying to trick us. Just play cards, do your own thing, and we will never be tempted. At number 3 thing that is sure to make me attack This might be the most irrational one. And I'm looking at the list, and they're all kind of irrational. This might top that. Any commander with entirely too many words. I can't do it. I don't like to read. My reading comprehension, not top notch. Florida public school, not one of my strong points. It's a thing that, like, look, this is the whole rundown of when I sit down at a game of Commander these days. It's going to be at least 2 commanders I've never heard of from a set I've barely read. And I sit down and I'm like, oh yeah, let me see what that does. That, I promise you, that first read through, I'm going to give it this look. This look in my eyes, like I am analyzing the crap out of this thing. I promise you, I'm barely taking in 3 of those words. I'm like reading it over once. It's like, oh gosh, I'm barely aware. I know what color combination it is and the general strategy, sort of. Like, I kind of just look at the art and then pass it on. And then over the course of the game, or over the course of many games, if I play against it enough, I'll kind of figure out what it does, how threatening it is. But what I've realized is, especially with these commanders with like 12 lines of text, even if I try my hardest to comprehend it, there's going to be something I miss, and that thing is going to be the thing that kills me. So the best way to handle it is, if your commander has a whole novel on it, I just swing at you early in the game to get your life total low, and then when inevitably I missed a really important line of text and you start popping off, you're already at a lower life total, so I can handle you at that point. Probably not the best strategy, but I've realized more and more in games, it's exactly what I end up doing. Not rational, but again, it's just the way my brain works, and that's where my creatures are going sideways. Now, at number two most irrational thing, and this is not something I'm proud of. I really dislike group hug. So if you're playing group hug at number 2, I am going to be swinging at you. The thing with group hug is, again, every group hug deck, for the most part, you're doing one of 2 things. You're trying to like fake like you're everybody's friend, so you can set up some sort of like explosive win con for yourself or take advantage and kill everyone. So if that's the case, yeah, I should swing at you early, because if everybody else falls for it, I don't want to be the one doing all the dirty work. Let me just get it out of the way fast, get you at a low life total, so if stuff starts popping off, we can take care of it. But the other one, the worst, the most evil, I guess is a strong word, of the group hugs, are the ones that are just there to cause chaos. They just want to ramp everybody into oblivion, speed the game up to no end, so everybody's got 15 mana on turn 2. And I've already ranted about group hug plenty in a recent video, so I won't do it again. But look, if you're playing group hug and I start seeing that little thing and everybody's drawing cards and rampant, I will attack you. I like doing things at my own pace. Don't speed me up. Let me walk slow and stop trying to put turbo games into play. I can't do it. And yeah, group hug, not my favorite. At number 1, the number 1 thing most likely to get me to swing at you, this is by far the most rational, and it is by far the most, I mean, it's not saying much, the most rational on this list is not very impressive, but if you play a Rhystic Study or a Smothering Tithe, to me this is just a no-brainer. I've had, of all of these have evolved, this has been the go-to since I've basically started playing, and since Smothering Tide's been printed, and since I first saw Rhystic Study. I've tried the whole strategy of, look, if these hit the battlefield, pay your taxes, try to slow down. Nobody else does it. Nobody else will listen. I have tried packing so much removal that I always have the answers, and somehow, if I don't have it, so much value is gotten, it doesn't even matter. And what I've learned with my friends, the only thing I can do is just know, if you play one of these, you will be swung at for the rest of that game. Just know that value that you get off all these piles of treasures and the 30, I hit my mic, I got so excited. The 30 cards you have in hand, you will pay for it. And it might only be like 4.5 damage from me. I might just have some 1/1s, but I'm going to hit you anyway and let you know that you need to earn that. I realize I probably could just play more interaction, but that's the easy way out, and I gotta it's not as personal. You know, if you just go ahead and cross and grip someone's, Rhystic Study, oh well. But if you swing at them with that 1/1 on board, 7 turns in a row that it could have gone at anybody, it's personal. You let them know you mean business, and you let them know that you do not approve. So let me know in the comments. I'm sure everybody has at least one card, group of cards, whatever it is, that just makes you see red, where it's like, look, again, this is not about being salty. It's not about being angry. You're having a great time. But you got some cards that kind of pull you in that direction. I would love to hear if y'all have any of those weird, I guess, anti-pet cards, those whatever they are, down in the comments below. Let me know. Also, as a spoiler, not sure exactly when this video is releasing, but sometime during Duskmourn preview season, we're going to have a little spike in some videos coming out, just because I am so obnoxiously excited about this. I love everything horror. I already have, there's a balloon clown man that, yeah, it's already going to be a thing. I'm going to just start posting some random videos of me yelling over the course of the next couple weeks, so stay tuned. Exciting, spooky things to come. Until then, stay petty.